It all starts on this huge ant island, and you've got this massive ant colony bustling with life. The old queen is there, and she's got these two daughters, Princess Atta, who's next in line to be queen, and her little sister Dot. Now, Dot is super young and she just wants to learn to fly, but Atta, she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders, knowing she's about to take charge. The ants are all working their little butts off, hoarding food, and you know why. Because these awful grasshoppers lord over them. The grasshoppers are like,
"You collect food for us, or else."
Then we meet Flick. He's this total inventor ant, always tinkering with new gadgets. But man, his experiments are not great. They're kind of a disaster, actually. This time, he builds this huge contraption to harvest food faster, and he even makes a telescope for Atta. She's not impressed, though. She tells him to get lost, but then she comes back and whispers to him that she has high hopes for him and his inventions, that one day they'll be useful. Suddenly, an alarm blares. Everyone panics and rushes back inside the anthill, but Flick, with his clumsy machine, is too slow. He's trying to get his food into the pile, but his invention causes a rock to fall and all the food tumbles right into the water. So, the ants have this deal with the grasshoppers. They give them food twice a year, and in return, the grasshoppers protect them from bigger insects. The ants wait nervously inside the colony for the grasshoppers to just take the food and leave. But when they see there's no food, they burst into the colony, absolutely furious. They warn the ants that if they don't get the food, they'll destroy the whole place. They say, "We're not protecting you anymore, and now you have to collect twice the amount of food." The old queen stands up and says they can't possibly do that, especially with the rainy season coming. The grasshopper leader, Hopper, gets this menacing look and says he'll be back at the end of the season when the last leaf falls. If they haven't collected double the food by then, the deal is off, and they'll get what's coming to them. Everyone points fingers at Flick. He's the one who messed everything up. They call him out, and Flick, desperate, has this idea. What if they find some big, tough bugs to protect them? The other ants are horrified. Leaving the colony is basically a death wish. There are birds and lizards and all sorts of dangers out there. No one wants to go. So Flick, with a gulp, volunteers to go himself to find warrior bugs. The other ants are secretly thrilled. They figure, whether he finds anyone or not, at least they'll be rid of him. Flick packs his little bag, and as he leaves, Dot and her friends secretly follow, cheering him on. Dot has this unshakable belief that he'll succeed. Meanwhile, we cut to Bug City, a chaotic place under a trailer park. There are all kinds of bubs here. We meet this group of circus bubs whose circus has been a total flop. The angry ringmaster fires them on the spot. They're all so down and out, sitting around, trying to figure out what to do next. When some bullies start a fight, the circus bugs stand up for themselves. Flick arrives, and he's just amazed. This is a whole new world. He tries to get help from the tough-looking bugs, but no one pays him any attention. Then he sees the circus bugs fighting, and he totally mistakes them for these fearsome warrior bugs. He runs up to them, begging for their help. They, in turn, think he's offering them a job. They agree to go with him, not even listening to what he's really saying. They're just so desperate for work. Back at the ant colony, everyone is working tirelessly, collecting double the food for the grasshoppers. From a distance, Dot spots Flick and his companions with the telescope. She can't believe he's actually coming back with help. As they arrive, the ants are a bit spooked, thinking these are huge, dangerous bugs, but Flick introduces them as the warrior bugs. Everyone is so relieved and happy that help has finally arrived. Atta is especially impressed with Flick. They throw a big party that night to celebrate. The tiny ants even put on a show demonstrating how the bugs will fight the grasshoppers, showing the possibility that they might even die. This makes the circus bugs realize with horror that this isn't a job, it's a real fight. As everyone thanks Flick for saving them, one of the circus bugs whispers to him the truth. They're not fighters, they're just circus bugs. Flick is absolutely crushed. He takes them aside, pretending it's a secret meeting, and desperately tries to convince them to stay and fight. But they refuse, and they start to leave. As they're flying away, Flick grabs onto one of them, begging them not to go. Little Dot sees this and starts to chase them, swinging from a big flower. The circus bugs get annoyed and fly down to shake Flick off. That's when Flick spots a sparrow's nest. He screams in terror because he knows a bird will eat them all. The bird swoops down, chasing them. Dot, still flying with her flower, is now in the path of the bird. In a panic, she lets go and starts to fall. The ants on the island watch, helpless. Just as Dot is about to hit the ground, a ladybug from the circus crew swoops in and catches her. The bird is still after them, so they hide in a crack in the ground. The ladybug gets stuck, and the bird tries to peck them out. Flick, thinking fast, comes up with a plan. He uses a caterpillar to distract the bird. The bird goes after the caterpillar, and the circus bugs manage to pull the ladybug and Dot out. They all hide in some thorny bushes where the bird can't reach. They're safe, and they return to the colony as heroes. The ants treat the ladybug's injuries. Atta finds Flick and tells him that once she becomes queen, they have to get rid of the grasshoppers for good. This gives Flick an idea. He realizes the grasshoppers are just as afraid of birds as the ants are. He suggests they build a fake bird and hide it in a nearby tree to scare the grasshoppers away. Atta and all the ants agree. They all work together to build this incredibly realistic bird. It looks so real when it's done. They hide it in a hole in a tree, ready for when they need it. Meanwhile, we see the grasshoppers. Their leader, Hopper, has this dopey brother. One of his friends tells him they have so much food already, they don't even need to go back to the ant colony. Hopper's brother goes to him and suggests they skip the trip. Hopper goes ballistic. He says the ants' strength is in their numbers. If the grasshoppers stop scaring them, the ants will realize they don't need to be afraid and they'll stop working. He wants to keep them terrified, so they all fly off toward the colony. Back at the ant island, the ants are celebrating. They're so happy they're about to be free from the grasshoppers. Flick tells the circus bugs they can go now, their work is done. But the bugs say no, they've decided to stay and help the ants. Suddenly, they hear a sound in the distance and see lights approaching. The ants get ready to fight, thinking it's the grasshoppers. But it's not. It's the circus owner who's come to take his bugs back. He tells everyone they're not warrior bugs, they're just circus performers. The ants are shocked. They can't believe Flick lied to them. Atta is furious and tells Flick to leave and never come back. The queen orders everyone to start collecting food again, but then they realize the last leaf has already fallen. The grasshoppers are coming. When the grasshoppers arrive, they find no food. He starts taking some of the ants hostage, and the ants quickly hide all the little ones inside a club. Dot overhears Hopper say he's going to kill the queen once he gets the food. She panics and runs for help. Hopper spots her and gives chase. Dot tries to fly, but her little wings are too fragile. She falls into a tunnel under a stone, and Hopper assumes she's dead and leaves. But Dot manages to fly out, finds Flick, and tells him everything. Flick is heartbroken, realizing it's all his fault. But the circus bugs convince him that they can still help. They know the circus owner will try to stop them, so the spider bug traps him in a web. They all take the circus van and race back to the colony. They see Atta and the queen have been tied up. Flick comes up with a new plan. The circus bugs will create a diversion by doing a show to distract the grasshoppers. It works like a charm. While they're distracted, the ants free Atta and the queen. On the other side, Flick and the other ants race to the fake bird. They all release it, and it soars through the air, terrifying the grasshoppers. The ants pretend to be scared too, to make it look real. But one of the grasshoppers gets suspicious and pokes the bird with a stick, and it breaks. The secret is out. He starts beating Flick up, saying he's going to make an example of him. But Flick gets up and gives this powerful speech. He tells Hopper that the ants are united, and if they stand together, Hopper can't rule over them. Hopper looks around and sees all the ants standing together, and for a second he's a little scared. Then it starts to rain and the ants scatter. Hopper takes advantage of the chaos, grabs Flick, and takes off. The circus bugs try to follow, but the dense brush gets in the way. Suddenly, Atta flies in and saves Flick. They take cover, but Flick has one more brilliant idea. He tells Atta to lead him to the sparrow's nest from before. Atta flies him there, and Hopper appears. He sees the nest and the bird and just scoffs, assuming it's another fake. But this time, it's real. The bird swoops down, grabs Hopper, and feeds him to her babies. The next day is sunny and bright. Atta becomes the queen, and she and Flick are now a couple. Flick's inventions finally start to work, and the colony thrives. The circus bugs leave, and get this, Hopper's brother, the dopey one, actually joins their circus. The movie ends with everyone happy and safe.